the count of the people. Say we
Although when
consider
you,
Amy.
please go ahead, please go ahead.
Yeah. So we considered Amy, Asia. We considered Brandy. Those with standard, higher standard deviations that we would be working upon them. But if you have considerable number of data points and maybe more people, what is the threshold that we will maintain? Will we target the top 20?
There is no threshold as such that we define that what should be the standard deviation here, because we don't know what sort of a data that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We can have, so if I take a manufacturing example where we work on the thickness, where we work on the diameters, radius, where we work on a very small kind of a measurement where the tolerance also is very, very low. And when I work on the data like handling time, cycle time, there is very high. So in this particular case, there are two things that we can look at. Okay, either we can compare it with the total standard deviation that we have. So we would have a total standard deviation also. So what you can do is you go to stats, you go to basic stats, you go to graphical summary. Here we have taken hold or HT, so we have taken HT, sorry. So what is the standard deviation that you have? 210. Okay, so whatever is greater than 210, so
Yeah.
you can make a call here that the average was 210, but all these people that I've looked at, okay, their average handling time is greater than 210. So you can probably spare, you can say Bliss is doing good. Brand is also kind of very, very near to 210. Carmen also good. Cheryl is good. Christina is good. Donald is good. Ray needs to focus on and Todd needs. So that's how you can make a call.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Just want to check from other friends of mine on the call, whether they have any question on test of equal variance. I can do it once again for a different sort of combination. We have done it HT versus agents. I can do it for one more time, and then I'll be asking some questions from you.
You are showing so many things and so many. Do you
Sorry, I
have
can't.
any examples separate in Excel so that it will be easy also to work on? You know? First, let me copy and learn. Later, we'll do our own brain.
Yeah, yeah. So, so in that case, I would recommend to make data on your own. Okay,
That is
I can.
agreed, but this class is running like anything. So catching me as a new person takes some time. If you tell one or two, okay, continuously going right. So anyway, we will be doing our second thing. But if you have anything, one example, give us so that we'll create an example for that.
So I'm taking one more example here. Okay, and that's what I keep on asking from everybody, that if you think there is any question, there is any clarification, please go ahead and ask me. Okay, so that we can understand, we can do it together. So what we are doing is we are doing test for equal variance. What is the objective of doing this exercise? So I have, so the prerequisite of doing this exercise is I can only do it when my y is continuous and my x is discrete. There is a prerequisite that I have to do. Earlier, what I was checking is I'm comparing the mean or median of two different samples to see whether there is any significant impact on it. However, in Six Sigma, we not only look at the performance, we also see that whether any sort of variation or not. Okay, I might be doing really well. Let me show you with the help of some data here. So I have uh, the revenue generated by manager uh, 1, manager 2, and manager 3. Okay, so these are three business managers, and they have generated some sort of a revenue at the end of a fiscal year. So he has generated 3.5 CR. He has generated 2.5 CR, and he's generated 2.9. Okay, and I have a data for that. I have the data month wise, week wise, to conclude that's a summary data that I have. Okay, so this is my continuous and this is my discrete. Now looking at the average, so if I see total, which means the total revenue generated was around 9, and looking at this, I am not able to make any sort of a decision whether manager 1 has performed significantly better than manager 2 or not. Although there is a mathematical difference which everybody can see. We all know English, we all know maths, that 2.5 is lesser than 3.5, which means this manager is doing really good. Okay, but I want to prove with the help of hypothesis test whether this is significantly better than that or not. For that I'm doing these tests, because mathematically Excel I've been doing it since ages, but now with the help of Minitab I'm statistically proving it. So this is my performance. Okay, but when I check the standard deviation, I found the standard deviation has a good amount of difference. So standard deviation for manager 1 is 10, it is 40, it is 140. What does this picture tell me? This picture tells me that between manager 1, 2 and 3 there is a difference we can understand, but I'm not sure whether it's significant or not. For that I have to do a test. In terms of a variance, I can see there is a significant variance. Looking at Excel only, I have not done the test. 140 and 10. So this manager is doing really well and his standard deviation is also very less. But I don't know. I don't know because I haven't done any sort of a test. With the help of these tests, I'm proving whether they are significantly performing better than the rest of their managers or not. That is what we were doing. Does it make sense to all of you?
Yeah.
What about you, Vasu? Vasu, are you clear with this,
Yeah.
what we talked about?
Yeah, following.
Great, wonderful. And I really appreciate breaking in between, telling me that we are going really fast. Please explain it to me. And that's how we will be able to learn. Okay. So that's what we've been doing here. That's what we are proving with the help of hypothesis. Okay. Let me do a test of equal variance once again with some other example to make you understand. So I go to stats, I go to ANOVA. Okay. I go to test for equal variance. Response is always my Y. Okay. So I am comparing average handling time of different trainers. Okay. I want to know whether is there any significant difference in their HT or not. Okay. In terms of variance. Okay. So there is only one trainer. So Minitab has shown me an error. Let's see in Excel. Trainer, yeah, there is only one trainer, Kim Brown. So I can't do this test. I need to have some variables to do that. Okay, so it has thrown me an error, so I can't do it for trainer. Let me pick marital status. Very interesting observation. I want to see whether people who are married or single, who is coming with more variance. Okay. So here, since my data was not normal here when I did the test already, the p-value is 0.298. What does it tell me?
Cannot reject the null hypothesis.
Reject
So,
or reject or accept?
No, we cannot reject.
Okay, cannot. Okay,
Yeah,
cannot
so
reject. So we accept the null hypothesis. Okay, let's look at the session window. It says the standard deviation of married people is 205 and single is 221. Looking at mathematically, it says that there is a 16 points difference, but Minitab says no, there is no statistically difference between their variables. Okay, so that's what I've been able to conclude with the help of test of equal variance. What sort of a test I can do to check the means here or median here? In this particular case, my Y is continuous, my Y is average handling time, and my X is marital status. Which test I can do to check whether there is any significant difference between their performance? I'll repeat the question. I'll write it here. Writing always helps. HT versus married and single. I want to compare
GLM.
under GLM which test I will be doing to if I want to compare their performances, their
One
average
sample
performance.
T.
One sample T.
One or two?
No, it should be two
One,
samples.
It's married and
Two
single.
one
sample.
sample
It's
T.
two.
One sample T. I haven't
Married and
covered
single
it.
are two. So married and single are one. Okay, two groups considered. Okay, fine. Then two sample
Yeah,
sample
two
T.
sample T.
Okay. So I can either do two sample T or I can either do man Whitney, depending upon the normal or not normal. Okay. So I will go to stats. I will go to sorry, it was stats, basic stats. See, I also forget because I don't use it on a daily basis. Two sample.
It is in a basic
It's
stat.
it's in basic stats here.
It's in basic stats, yeah.
Yeah,
So
two
it's
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
two sample T test. Okay. So I don't know whether it's normal or not normal, but I think we have already done the test, so it's not normal. So I can't do two sample T. I have to do Woods median. But still, if I want to do it, just want to show it to you. Basic stats, and then I go to two sample T. Okay. So here I put HT, which is already there, and now I'm putting here marital status. So p-value is 0.586. Let's try this because ideally this test was not supposed to be done. I'm doing it force fitly. Uh, let's do the man Whitney. So non-parametric man Whitney. Okay. The first sample is HT here. Okay. Here to do man Whitney, we have to unstack the data. Okay. What is the meaning of unstack here? I'll just explain it to you. The data that I have here is the marital status data that I have is single versus married. This is in one group only. But in order to do the man Whitney, this data has to be unstacked. So what we have to do is we have the same data in Minitab. So we'll do this in case anybody has any
There's
question.
disturbance
So
in
I go
your
to data, I click on unstack.
Yeah, there is a disturbance.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I want to unstack which data? I want to unstack the marital status data. Okay.
But how did you open folder? Unstack and just go one step back.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Yeah, I said, can you just go one step back? Yes. Now, can you just do it
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, I'm doing it. So I go to data, I click on unstack columns. Okay. So which data I want to unstack? Marital status. Marital status. Okay. Sorry. I have to mention in which that I have to do.
You'll have to go back from here, Simon. It's already unstacked it.
Oh, I think yeah. Data unstack. I have to mention a column here. So I mentioned C18. Not letting. Okay, I'll get back to you on this. I'll get back to you on this. This Minitab version is not allowing me to do it. So tomorrow when I show it to you, I will show it with a newer version, and that helps to unstack because the man Whitney test that has to be unstacked. So that's why it's not letting do it. Okay, but I want everybody to understand uh, these things. The test that we have done today. Okay, when to do what kind of a test when do we convert that kind of a data so that we'll be able to do it, and what is the significance that we get out of these tests. If this basic is clear, Minitab menus will not take a lot of time, and you don't have to remember it. You write it down somewhere on somewhere in front of you, you'll be able to do it. Two things important. One is to know what sort of a test to be done in what scenario, and second, once I do the test, how do I infer it, that what is that it has concluded, and what sort of decisions that I'll be taking. That is more important. Okay. So that's what it all's about. So I will just do a small recap. Since we have 15 odd minutes left, I will do a small recap of what we have covered so far in terms of hypothesis. And please stop me in between if you have any questions or not. Okay. So I will try to write it once again so that you can understand. And I would be asking questions from all of you as well if you know it. If my y is continuous and my x is continuous, so for example, uh, thickness of a product versus length of the equipment. Both of them are continuous? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In
Thank
this
you.
particular
Yes.
case, so which means when I'm saying continuous, this has to be in numbers, like in meters. So 10 meters or 10 centimeter, or the length would be 150 centimeter. Make sure this has to be in continuous. In that case, I will do a test called correlation. I haven't covered regression today. I will cover it tomorrow along with BLR. Along with BLR, yes. I will do a test called correlation and regression.
Regression.
This test proves relationship between X and Y. So let's say this is my Y and this is my X. There is no prerequisite whether data is normal or not normal. This tells me relation between X and Y. And relation is either positive, negative, or no relation. And this is to be checked with the help of R value, which is called coefficient Pearson value. Prerequisite that both has to be continuous, both has to be in some units. Okay. So basis that positive, negative, and correlation. Okay. So that's how you'll be able to do the correlation and regression test. When my y is discrete and my x is also discrete, example could be accuracy, which could be pass versus fail versus uh, gender. Okay, because it has categories, male, female. It can have many. Another example could be accuracy versus shifts, accuracy versus sites, but it has to be categorical. What does it infer? Whether X has a significant impact on Y or not. This is to be checked with the help of p-value, and you also look at actual versus expected. This is only you can look in the chi-square. So this is the second level that you can do. This would tell you which of the variable has an impact, whether it's a night shift, morning shift, whether it's site 1, site 2. Okay. Then we do Y discrete, X continuous. Okay. Example could be pass versus fail versus breadth of the equipment. and where what it says. So this test we haven't done, so I'm not concluding it yet. Then if my y is continuous and my x is discrete, I will do a GLM test, and GLM has different variants. First, two sample t. So if in case of normal, two sample t for two subgroups. It's one way ANOVA. So this tells me examples could be y continuous, which could be cycle time versus different shifts that I have, cycle time versus person present or absent. Okay, one way ANOVA, we have more than two variables, cycle time versus manager 1, 2, 3, etc. More than that also. Here what I'm inferring, first p-value, which says if there's any significant difference between the mean of the samples. Okay. For not normal, it's Man-Whitney and Moore's median. The example can remain the same, two sample t in one way ANOVA respectively. Okay, the significance remain the same, but the only thing is here it is significant difference between the median of samples. Okay, and the last test which we have done is test of equal variance. Okay, where again the condition remains the same, y continuous, x discrete. Here I am taking the same examples. Here it doesn't matter how many samples that you have to do only these tests. So wherein turnaround time versus shift manager, cycle time versus shifts, etc. And here I am checking the significant difference between the variance of the samples. Is it clear of what we have done today?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
So Simar, if possible, the initial sheet that you had maintained, if you could also share that.
Yeah, I will format it. So Anand,
Yeah.
it's very raw. I will make it little organized and will share across for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, I will make it more organized.
And Simarpreet, will you also share the recording by morning if possible? Then I can actually go through it before tomorrow's session.
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
Recording is there on the LMS, so you all can access to it. But I'm not sure whether it will be uploaded. I think last time when I informed you, it was uploaded in the morning itself.
Yeah, it's all uploaded. But yeah, so this one, if it's possible by morning, it will be really helpful.
Yeah, it's not in my hand. It is the IT team who does it. But yes, they do it in the morning itself, 11:30.
Okay.
Because all of these conversations that we have are getting recorded.
Right.
Whatever discussion that we are having are getting recorded. So let me just stop recording so that if you want to discuss anything else, we can do it. Thanks everyone for your time. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.